what's up guys? So I figured I would give you all an update on the streaming setup on the computer, whatever. The streaming setup is pretty much the same as it was before. The only new addition is this beast. So in case you guys don't follow me on Twitter, I did go ahead and purchase a new computer. It is an Origin. I got it from originpc.com. I'll put the link in the description. I'm not like sponsored by them or anything because I'm definitely not popular enough yet, but they're still a great site. I talked to a couple of the guys that work there. They're super nice, super cool. So I figured I'd give them a shout out in the video anyways. But basically, the upgrade that I've wanted for years and years and years, I've finally done. Got a completely new computer. So basically, I'll show you guys, like, go through the whole process and everything like that. If you want to jump to the specs, might want to skip ahead a little bit, but I'm gonna go through the whole story. So pretty much, I have been wanting a computer for a really long time. I wanted to go ahead and go with the company to build it for me, get a custom built one. That way I can have support just in case something happens with it, because if you are newer to my channel, in the very beginning when I first started streaming back in 2015, my first computer, this computer down here, which was the old computer I used to stream on, it actually stopped working on me. It kept blue screening. It ended up having faulty RAM. I actually ended up having to get a whole motherboard replaced, which was so stupid. I couldn't stream for like a whole month, which in the first months of growing a new stream, it was popping. We had like a lot of people. It was kind of detrimental to my channel. So going through that experience and thinking on it, I was like, you know what? I really, really want to have that support option so that if it needs to be fixed, it's going to get fixed by someone who's an expert who gets paid to do it and can do it the right way. So I went ahead and went with a custom built system from Origin PC. I could have done like CyberPower or really anywhere else, but I went with Origin because like I said, I've seen them live stream builds and I've talked to a couple of the people in the company and I was like, you know what? I feel comfortable with them. I have multiple ways to contact them and I've heard nothing but good things. When you have the option to choose like how you want it shipped, it can come in this like wooden crate thing. Honestly, I live in an apartment. I don't really fix things on my own. I have a maintenance guy come do it. So I don't have like tools and everything. So I thought that would be kind of silly. And I went ahead and decided to risk it and didn't do the wooden crate that Origin is known for shipping their computers in. I just went with a regular box. So it comes in something that looks like this. This is the box that it came in. It's a pretty big box, but I'm kind of glad that I didn't pay the extra money for the crate because it came in with this on top. This thing was on top of the computer and then there was another one in there. So it was pretty protected. It wasn't just sitting in the box or anything. And it also had this air in the inside of the computer to protect the actual components inside. So it was pretty protected, I would say. For those of you guys who are looking to cut some costs on the Origin PC, because it's definitely not cheap, I would definitely recommend maybe risking it and going without the wooden crate, although you do take the risk of something happening to your computer, because sometimes UPS, they're not the nicest. So basically, this came on top of the box. This has all of the papers in it about the computer, for like what's in it, and all the manuals on the motherboard, on the case. We actually got an Amazon gift card with ours. This is for the motherboard. The backup for Windows 10. We have all of our stuff on this USB drive that came with it. So pretty much if our system fails, it's all right here. Some extra cords, some extra screws that came with the case that they didn't use came in this. And then also we got this package that has all the extra cords. The power cable was also in here. So this is something they didn't use. The power cords, SATA cables, VGA cables, things like that they all came in here. So I'm just gonna keep this just in case I need to upgrade later, etc, etc. This is our computer. We actually got the desk thing from IKEA, but this is the beast itself. This case is the Corsair 350D. It is a mid-tower case, and I honestly expected it to be a little bit smaller, but it's actually a really good size. It's bigger than the last one that I had, around the same size, but it's actually taller and wider. So we got the blue LED lights in there. They don't flash, like they're not rainbow or anything. They're really just straight up blue, which is fine by me, and they're pretty bright. There's only one strip there at the top, but they're, like I said, they're pretty bright in there. The motherboard also has some lights on it. They light up red. And then this is the back of it with everything hooked up. Excuse my cable management. It's a little bad. We just got it a couple days ago, so I haven't been able to fix the cable management or anything like that, but ignore that. This is also, in case anyone wants to see, like technically I have 3 monitors, but this one's off. I mainly use that one for the Xbox. But this is my keyboard and mouse. I got those super cheap off Amazon for like $35 or so. I can put the link in the description if you all want it. But the boot time, guys, the boot time for this computer is like 15 seconds. I swear, it is super short. Oh, ignore the clothes in the back, I'm doing laundry. It's super short. But yeah, the computer itself does not take very long to boot up. I'll go ahead and show you, put the camera at the computer to tell you what's in it. Basically, we got a i7 6700K CPU. We also got 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM at 2400 for the speed. And then also we got a 650 watt power supply, which is an 80 plus gold certified EVGA 650 watt power supply. Our CPU is cooled with liquid cooling, 120 millimeters of liquid cooling frostbite. This is an Origin specific water cooling unit. You can buy it off their website, but it's not available anywhere else. And then for our graphics card, we got the GTX 1060, the 6GB version. I was gonna go with the 1070, but honestly the 1060 works perfectly fine. I'm very happy with it. We also got a Samsung 750 EVO 250 gig SSD along with a terabyte Seagate hard drive as well in there, so we got plenty of storage for right now. Obviously we can expand as much as we want because they also have a hot swap bay down there. Basically a hot swap bay is we can just throw an hard drive in there if we wanted to, and just plug and go, really. And then also on top of that box that you see there, that's for the SSDs, so we can really add another one in there if we wanted to and plug and go. And then up there, that extra empty case, if we wanted to put optical drives in there like CD drives, Blu-ray, etc., we can also add some in there. So that's a good look on the inside of how everything looks. Their wiring is impeccable. There's barely any wires. That wire that you see at the top, fun story, the fan that is mounted on top of the liquid cooling unit actually wasn't running when I turned it on the first time. I didn't think anything of it, but then Brianna said something about it and I was like, I think it actually is supposed to run. So I emailed support, and literally the next morning they emailed me back and they were like, oh yeah, they ended up they ended up tying the cord on the side of the fan for storage so that it wouldn't just dangle around and didn't stress pull or anything like that during shipping. So they didn't plug it in, but it literally was just a plug. It's labeled CPU fan and I just plugged it in. So it was really easy. There's nothing else to it. Everything else worked perfectly out of the box. I'm so happy with this. It's worth every single penny that I spent on it. I'm glad I didn't cheap out. So basically, guys, that's the new PC. I showed you the setup. The setup is basically the same as my last video. The only difference is another monitor and also the new computer. The next thing to add would be the PS4, and that's it. The setup's done. I'm done, which the PS4 is definitely coming soon. If you like this video, you want to know more about the setup or anything like that, you can feel free to hit me up on Twitter, but definitely leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. I'm out of here. Bye.